And welcome to this live here for the very first time of doing so here for solo, although I've got guidance here, and if anybody wants to join us at any time, sorry we are slightly late because of the train travel, and of course it's a brand new place as well, so of course hence I have to sort of work out the timings and all that kind of thing. So I literally had to get to Cambridge, and then of course had to work out what platform to use and whether or not the coach would actually stop at the station, because some stations only have a small platform which allows, of course, only 4 front coaches of the train. It only allows for the small platform on certain platforms, but I believe that Royston is okay. We're going to take a look at the way to get into the town here. Thank you very much for joining us here, and look at the gorgeous sun here, and it is absolutely peaceful so far at the moment here, despite what's been going on elsewhere in the world. And of course this is the train station of Royston here, and this is where of course you come out this way, which I'm actually going to tell you now. Of course this is the bus area here that I've just this minute discovered. So if I make the odd mistake here, it's because I am new to the location. But yeah, this is where to board your bus. So if you wanted to get a bus from Royston railway station, here is where you would pick it up. And it actually tells you, which is good about this particular board, tells you exactly where you are. Royston is here. I'll just literally got off here, and there are barriers there. I'll show you that in a moment. Yeah, I'll show you the barriers which I just come out for my ticket, just in case people try to fraud the train, which I don't advise at any cost. So yeah, that's where the train would come through here, and there is another side to Royston there which I haven't actually checked out, but this is the route I'm going to take into the town here, and hoping I don't get blown off, as in blown away. But okay, let's have a look round what we've got. Of course, this is one side of Royston train station here. I'll sort of taking on a quick sort of inside of that. That's the ticket machine there, which you can actually use, and that's the rail network there on this board. Okay. And obviously it goes all the way to London here, and of course, yes, I'm trying to find, because it's actually quite confusing here to find out which one that I've literally just got off. And if I can find it somewhere lurking around, yeah, it's quite confusing, but it's somewhere in the Peterborough area here, and here we go, I found it eventually. If you go further up north, you know exactly what it is. Cambridge here, went through Foxton, Shepbreth, Meldreth and Royston, which actually is not too far away from Cambridge. I've literally got to go on the other side of the bridge, so of course I would have to pick up the train on the other side to get to Cambridge again. So yeah, these two stations, of course, they will have a small platform. So basically, of course, the small platform means, of course, the 8 coaches don't sit at the back of the train. Best advice on that particular note. So yeah, that would be my advice, and the train company advice on that particular note. It was a lovely train here, and of course there is videos of that to check out later on. But yeah, this is where I'm situated now. Of course, you've got the sun behind me. That's what was glaring at the first instance here. You've got another ticket machine here, just in case. Of course, this one is full up with people, but of course you've got, I would say, the newspaper, convenience store there, hot and cold drinks they sell, and magazines and all those kind of wonderful things. And this is the checkout bit, you know, to stop people, of course, frauding the trains. Of course, make sure you got a ticket. Very advisable to do so at any cost, and that is the ticket office there. Okay, so that's where you come through, and that's where you go out towards Cambridge if you're going towards that way, if you've got a ticket of Cambridge or going to London. vice versa. So platform 2 is the one going back to Cambridge, and platform 1 if you want to go to London, towards the left there. Very useful information. So yeah, I'm going to walk, or attempt to walk, this way here, because I've done a research on the map here, on the Google map, as you might have saw on the logo of this particular program, which of course was due to go out at 4 o'clock or even 3 o'clock, but I wasn't sure of the times. Do let me know in the comments what you are thinking right this minute. What is the signal like at home? One day we'll have a bigger phone so I can actually, of course, read up all the comments, should any comments come through. So yeah, one bus driver did actually tell me what a good thing I'm actually doing here, learning to live independently. So yeah, I would like to thank that bus driver. I'll thank him a bit later. He knows who he is. But anyway, there's a lovely lot of bus drivers everywhere you go. Do let us know what the signal's like at home. This is the railway bridge here. I won't be heading towards the left there. I believe it goes to the other side of Royston. I haven't checked that out, to be fair, but there is a path down here which I've discovered myself. It's almost like a floor version of, yes, Google Map, if you like. But I'm going to head towards this way, crossing safely, if I may. I'll just wait for this car to go by, and this is the way to the Royston train station here, just down there, which I've just literally come from. It's the Royston car park, station car park. I believe there is a fee to pay, because most car parks are actually, of course, not free in most places. Keep getting messages from a friend here. So yeah, I'm actually going to stop the stream for a look, and maybe I won't be able to do that. But yeah, if anyone comes on accidentally, feel free to let me know. I'll share. Okay. You out there, and it can go from time to time, and it's asking me to reconnect all the time. So yeah, I'll continue on, and hopefully the signal will stay. If you live around here, it's looking very, very good here. So this is Royston. Okay, remember where you heard this, Julian? Did you hear that? Let me know if you heard the name Royston. So I'm going to have to sort of shout my loudest here, because of course we're getting noisy cars coming down here. So yeah, hopefully I'll end up going towards the traffic lights just down here on this area here, and hopefully, of course, we get some reaction to some people here. Can we get some thumbs up? And thumbs up like that, thumbs up like that, and thumbs up like that, you know. And it's the first time I've been down here. It doesn't take long to get down here. I would say very much 20 minutes from Cambridge to Hertfordshire. I didn't actually know it was part of Hertfordshire. I thought it was Cambridgeshire. So let me know. Let me know in the comments if you actually know anything more about that, because I didn't know it was Hertfordshire until I looked at the train ticket today. So yeah, this is Keysworth Street here. The train station is just down that way, and of course this is the first live ever from this location, and the signal seems to be better down here. Maybe that's where I'll start in the future. You can see the lovely sunset there. Sorry if that's blinding you. Palace Gardens. Does that mean that Crystal Palace will win the next game? So we are the alternative to Boring Life, and of course we are the voice that has no bias, and we are the sound that lives forever. Can't believe I remembered all that. And the weather is fine over here. I actually once thought it was going to be raining down here with a cloud in the background. That's what one of the bus drivers was telling me. So I'll give a shout out to Mike Parsons, because he's been watching some of my videos. I don't know if any other bus driver has been watching. They all are wonderful bus drivers, I have to say. They do a fantastic job. They probably love what we do as well. So you know the name of the street, because I just told you a minute ago. If not, of course, you'll be able to whiz back and find out, because, of course, this usually is on replay. So what I'm hoping to do is go towards the main town part of Royston. And this is the best sort of time to go, really, when it's all quiet down here. And it's quite a straight walk, actually. I love straight walks. Because, you know, when you're actually living on a hill, it's quite strenuous to walk up hills. I'd like to see fit walkers go up hills a bit more often and see how sort of stressful it is on that particular note. So if anyone wants to say hello in the chat, if anyone wants to give a thumbs up, Julian, can you give a thumbs up at least? So do let me know in the comments if you're still watching, Julian. Please do, and make sure everyone's having a clean chat, please, and support the channel as much as you can. Hopefully I'll do a video of this area. I've already done one on the train coming down to this area. I'm going to try and cross over because it's quieter down here. Obviously I've got to cross very carefully. That's the way to the train station. I've even got to remember that as well. It's quite useful to know, because even if you get lost, then you'll know the way back. So yeah, this is the first visit for me. There is bus stops here that I've noticed here, and yeah, it is quite difficult to cross, especially when you don't see, of course, cars coming this way. It's extraordinary. So it's quite a busy road by the looks of things. Blimey, that really frightened me for a second there. Wonder what that was all about. But yeah, hopefully there'll be a car that might let us by. But it's quiet that side there. It's like looking both ways from a bus or a car or any other transport. So yeah, you've got to look both ways. And hopefully there'll be a space in just a moment to cross over. That's the problem about crossing over here. And yep, safely I cross over. Obviously it's been raining here, you can see that for yourself. So this is the bus stop here from this location. I don't know if anyone can see that. Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays and Sunday no service. You can see that for yourself. And you've got your bus times there. You can take a snapshot if you wish. But yeah, this is the departures from this side of the road, if you can see that very well. I don't know if you can, but because it's there, Royston. You can actually get to Cambridge here on the 9:15. And of course, it'll probably take about an hour from here. You can see that yourself. Useful to know. So we continue down towards the town centre here, in this location here. It's always difficult to know the first time of how far it is to go to the main town centre, but I'll find out in just a minute. Hi, Max, watching from Parish. Is the sound okay? Is the signal okay? That's the question. Can someone tell me about the signal here? I just told you about the bus stop just there. And of course, if you're one that has been tuning in, you can watch on the replay if there's anything that you have missed. So thank you very much everyone joining in, and can we have the first thumbs up, because it's been pretty much quiet today. But yeah, it's a new place and we've come to Hertfordshire today. It's called Royston. I don't know how to pronounce it, whether it's Royston or Royston as in Roy. You know, I'm surprised that Roy 75 is not tuned in. Anyway, yeah, perhaps he'll know about it on the replay because he's on Twitter messaging me away. But yeah, I've got huge support behind me, which is great. They don't want to be shown on camera, so yeah, helping me along the way, which is great. Town centre this way, so let's have a look and catch up with the chat here. Signal is a bit blocky. Right, okay, that's it. Nothing I can do my end. maybe if you refresh your stream, I'll try and do a refresh in just a minute. I don't know if it will help, but of course if I stay here, I might be able to do it and turn off the signal. So you might see it bluffering for a minute. So we apologise about that. The Bass Royston there, of course, looks like it's a kind of like interesting shop to look at, like a car mechanic place or something similar, and you can advertise your business here, which is quite nice to know. So what I'll do is try and refresh now, and the only way I can do that is turn it off, so bear with me right this minute. Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Is this a lot better? Can you tell me in the comments? I've still continued to carry on because I'm seeing a good screen here, my end. I honestly can. I don't know what the new phone will do because I haven't literally tried it yet. So yeah, I'm going to continue what I'm doing here. Good reflection of the sun, which is over there, which is quite nice. So yeah, it looks quite an old-fashioned sort of town, but of course very, very feels ancient, but of course it's nice to see that feeling. What a great feeling I've got walking into the town today. Look at these. Yeah, I can see it a little bit squidgy actually. I'm going to try and keep the camera straight as possible. I haven't got a gimbal, as in a gimbal. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep it straight as possible, but it's not easy. Helpful stuff, very good signal for me. Great, thank you very much for that. Thumbs up. I guess you're watching from Great Yarmouth. Helpful stuff, hello to you. Can't remember what your name was, but of course, if you want to jot it down and remind us again. And apparently, the signal is a lot better down here. That's because I've done a refresh, and it seems to have done the trick. This is the Royal Muse, just down here. Look how ancient these look. Well, just look how sort of these paths have been laid out. So many different unique buildings here. It's okay, the signal, all right, the picture a little bit blurred here. Okay, maybe where you're watching, I don't know. It's interesting you say that because of course it can vary wherever you're watching, and depends on what phone you're watching the stream on as well. So yeah, if you're watching on a bigger screen, on your sort of big screens at home, the picture may be better or it may be worse. It depends on what device you're using. So yeah, it's a nice looking pub there with a nice looking horse and cart there. Sometimes it's blurry because I'm wobbling the camera. It might be that as well. So yeah, it depends on what device you're using. There's a sort of kitchen Indian takeaway there. All the prices are there if you want to know. It's called the Mughal Kitchen. It's quite nice. Try and get out of your way. It's alright. So there you go, you see us going through there. It's not often people mention buses, but of course it's nice to know in case you want to get one. Horses up there, quite nice. I'm actually going to zoom in. There you go. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, that might actually help the signal a bit. But yeah, coach and horses. Do you know what? When I go to an area, I always feel different, you know, as if, well, it depends on what area you go to, obviously, but of course, so far when I've gone to a new area, nobody seems to give me that strange look, but sometimes they do, but of course, it depends where you go. But I would actually like to say that, of course, in my own town, I get more hostile looks than anywhere else. Maybe because it's local and a lot of people seem to know you in the area that you know well. Richmond's coaches, don't they make the sausages? We all know what this sign is for. Is it for the sign for the bank? Yeah, I'll keep you guessing for now, but actually I'll tell you in a minute. It's actually Lloyd's Bank. Wow, what a town this is. What a town. What a town, what a town, what a town. I'm going to start singing. So, yeah, hopefully there's no music going off. All quiet at the moment. So, yeah, my iPhone, if the signal goes in a minute, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so, of course, it will probably go down to 3 viewers. So, yeah, this is Touring With Us live here for the very first time here of coming down here. And this is Lloyd's Bank. Look at the clock here, which is quite nice, isn't it? You can see it from here. You don't often get to see a zoom-in view from here, but it's nice to see that. An old-fashioned kind of style bank, which is quite nice. So this is the main town centre here. I will do a video of this, just in case the signal is a bit dodgy and you can't see it very well. Obviously, we had an issue with the signal earlier. Well, I suppose about small cameras is you don't get seen very often that you are filming. So, of course, for that reason, it's not so bad. But there you go. Royston Cave here. It's quite nice to know. So, yeah, probably not too far away is Royston Church. So, what do we come up to here? Yes, can anyone guess what it is? Let me know before I actually end up going to it. And, of course, I didn't think it was as far as I thought anyway. I know where I've got to go now. Well, actually, I can look on the replay if I get lost. That's a good thing about doing these kind of modern live streams. Anyone guess what it is yet? Come on, we need some answers. You'll know in a minute. And I'll probably end up there in just a little bit. Doesn't mean you've got to pay for it. Free house there. There you go. Is that the Drabot Smock of Haverhill, the Regal of Cambridge, the Trollcott of Great Yarmouth, and so many more. It's the first time I've seen this. There you go. Told you. I knew where to find it. I did a bit of research for a change, and for anyone that has actually commented on my research recently of Newmarket, so I've had a lot on that, then of course they will know I've done my research. And yeah, it's always helpful when people actually tell you a little bit more about the history of the area. And yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a wander around here before I end up finishing the live stream today. I've been going for 26 minutes on the clock here, just in case you are wondering. There's a bus stop just on the other side if you feel lazy and can't be bothered to walk. But again, this road seems like a road that you probably need to get the traffic lights. But as the traffic is so far calm at the moment, you'd have to be careful, obviously. But there is a church here. I don't know if it is still in use to actually go in the church. I've never done a live broadcast inside the church, but yeah, maybe on the video I might do it, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take a wander around the church because there's not many people that actually do that, so it's nice to see something different for a change. Somebody's going to let us by. Thank you very much. Kind people around here, which is good. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's take a sort of dryish walk. Actually, saying that, it's quite muddy down here. So, what's the name of this church here? Royston Parish Church.org.uk. So it's Royston Parish Church. That's what it's called, actually. And the actual Sunday worship is normally listed on there. It's actually taking place at the Icknield Walk School, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. and you have to book a seat. So yeah, there's online services that they do. Everyone welcome. Okay, Royston Parish Church. I don't believe it's the church that's open at the moment. I might be wrong, but it is the parish of St John the Baptist. Okay, it does say that just to prove that point. I won't step any further, but of course you can see that for yourself. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Really helps boost the channel in a great way. We'll take a wander around the church here. Looks like it's in scaffolding at the moment. I don't think it's actually open because I think it was once on fire. And of course it got heavily damaged here, and it needs a lot of restoration, and of course it does need a lot of money to restore the actual church. I don't know if I'm able to go right round the church. Looks like it's muddy in places, but yeah, you can see it's in scaffolding at this moment of time. So yeah, I'll try and walk in the sort of driest areas, hoping that I don't slip over. It would be horrible if I did, but yeah, you can see it's in rubble at the moment. Probably needing some restoration here. Now I don't know if it has an organ in it at the moment. Might be because it needs sorting out, this building. It's probably a grade 1 or 2 listed, but yeah, again I'll probably have to research that later on, because this is the first live here, and the signal is still going strong here, which is great news of Royston, which is just outside Cambridge, and it doesn't take long to actually come down to this area. And I've walked as far as I can. My hands are really freezing cold now, but of course it's not windy down here, and of course it's nice and peaceful. I'll say no more. Very peaceful area, great news. So Britain does have some wonderful places to check out here. We may go here again. You can see it's a lovely little park area here. Some places that I've never seen before and I've never been around. You can see, oh, that just frightened me, that gravestone for a second there, because you never know when you're looking at the camera who's going to appear behind you. But yeah, it's a nice looking scenery here. I can imagine it'll feel even better in the summertime. So I'm actually going to take a wander down here, and it's nice to walk around the church because you get a different feeling each time. If you ever walk around Bolly at Rectory, which is in between Sudbury and Long Melford, you can only go by car, unfortunately. And I have been to Bolly, but not for a long time. That was when somebody was able to drive us in this area here. So look at that, it's just amazing to look at this church from the sunshine just there. It's just absolutely right thing to do by checking out the scenery here. It's absolutely brilliant. Can I zoom in to show you in more depth here if I can? There you go, of the actual tower itself, because you don't actually see this from ground level very often, so you'll get an exclusive view more than me. So there we have it. It's absolutely been amazing. A marvellous treat. Sorry if I'm making the odd word wrong or two, but I do try to correct myself here to make sure you understand what I'm talking about here. It's a nice little quiet area, very, very peaceful in that sort of way. I can see there's a park down here. You probably get a good view from standing up here. I'll go as far as I can go, but of course if I stand up here, obviously you have to be careful walking up these steps, I'd imagine, because I've never done it before, and they look like huge steps, a bit like the Corn Exchange in Bury St Edmunds. And of course if you've not seen anything of Bury St Edmunds, do check it out. Of course you won't see much from here because of the trees in the background here, but of course I believe the actual church, of course, is under restoration and hoping to raise some money for the actual church. So of course if the people that own the church are watching this now, they would probably love this coverage here live and exclusive from Royston. And of course, hopefully I'll come to Royston again, which of course I'm looking forward to doing. But yeah, if I stand up here, do I get a look or a lovely look at the area as I pan around. So many picnic areas here. You can do lots of great entertainment down here. It's almost like the recreation ground in certain towns like Haverhill or even Saffron Walden for that sort of reason. And if I pan around, all you see is a tree, but of course I pan around towards the church here, and you can see the tower vaguely behind the bushes there. But yeah, I'm not actually going to walk in the middle here, because of course I've got to do it very safely by actually sort of putting my hand on the rail here. As you see, my hands are very cold. I will actually end up in the warm very soon. But of course, like I say, don't forget to check out a video of the spoons in Royston for the first ever visit in Royston as a spoons. I'm looking forward to having some great lunch there, or actually late lunch. And you can see the beautiful view from here. And of course, you can get people to sing out here, and entertainment will be here, and maybe you'd get an audience as well. So yeah, can't wait to come back in the summer. I'm sure there'll be more people out in the summer. Come to think of it, a lot of people tend to go abroad, don't they? Don't know why, but of course, you know, why spend a lot of money going abroad when you can actually go here? I know there's some lovelier places abroad, but of course, you know, why? Because we've got some lovely, beautiful places around here. Just look at that view, it's just amazing. So, any support is greatly welcomed. As you know, GoFundMe, minimum fee of £5, and PayPal, of course, the current online status as well, if you wish to donate, like Nikki Gibbs did recently. She did it very easily. It goes through to our PayPal, which is fantastic. If you need the PayPal link, let us know and we'll try and link it up. But yeah, you can do it in person if we're not on air as well. So yeah, I've managed to get down these steps safely here because I'm holding on to what is like a brick kind of rail. So yeah, it's a lot easier if you walk down the side than actually in the middle, because if I'm holding the camera, I don't really want to trip over, and it won't be a nice feeling. But yeah, some lovely, beautiful flowers worth checking out. There's plenty of play areas. I think some towns do need to reflect on this and start realising that there are some things that people need to be sort of stepping up a little bit in their own town, you know, to improve the town. You know, I know Haverhill is a good town and it does need a little bit of improvement in some areas, but there's East Town Park, which is quite nice as well. I'm actually going to try and walk around here because I've only just spotted it here. We'll go up to the hour here because there's quite a bit of time left here. Look at these flowers here. So I'll do a slow walk. Let me know in the comments what this memorial is. Looks like, I don't know, it looks like someone's put a T-junction the opposite way around. I don't know what it's all about, but of course, yeah, these benches, like most benches in the country, especially in Britain, maybe abroad as well, of course, they have been dedicated to people that have passed away. You can see that for yourself there. Wow, amazing. And in memories of these people, which is quite nice as well. So they will be looking back in spirit here. If anyone wants to sit on these benches, and can you imagine that in lockdown? Of course, people will be sitting on the benches, of course, and policemen will be looking around for anyone actually not social distancing. But we need to put that behind us now and move on in life, because restrictions have now ended recently, and the flow test will be ending soon as well. I believe it's in March it will be ending. I'm not quite sure, to be fair. I think I heard on GB News on that particular note, because they tell us a bit more of the story. That's 236 on GB News, online and on the YouTube. But anyway, look at these wonderful flowers here. It's worth having a little bit of a glance. I'll probably come here again in the future to do a live with my other camera at some point. It'd be lovely to see it. Oh, of course, you've got the lanterns lit up early here, preparing for the evening, because it will be getting dark soon. So, of course, thankfully I got here in time. It's amazing when you can get down to Royston very, very quickly here before the darkness comes through here. So, yeah, rather than seeing the darkness on the other side of the world, what's going on there, you know, we're seeing the beautiful brightness here in this location. Something a little bit different. So, yeah, I'm having a little bit of a wander around. Let's have a look, walk down here. I'll walk on the grass, which you can do, actually, because in Bury Evans at the Abbey Gardens, they don't advise you to walk on the grass, and you'll see what I mean when I go back to Abbey Gardens soon. Maybe I'll do that once a month, as it's obviously getting better in terms of weather-wise. And less windy, by the way. And have you noticed that, anyone? The wind is not so bad down here. And, of course, there's a lot of news coverage stating that it's windy. Well, it was sort of on the way on my travels, but, of course, it wasn't as bad as what it was last Friday. And I don't think it will be bad tomorrow. And, of course, I'm not a meteorologist or a weather expert, but, yeah, at least, you know, I have some sort of sense, you know, to carry on doing what I love doing, is, of course, these videos here. And it's nice to be here in a more confident area and a quiet area as well. It helps you be confident, and I think that could be another improvement about towns as well. That could be something that people could improve on, being nice to each other and just being happy. And life is too short. We need to get on with it. As Mike Parsons said, the bus driver, who said life is too short and we need to not worry about small little things, which is a lesson we've all got to learn in a way. But yeah, of course, in memory of people that have died, probably in the area. Quite nice indeed. It's nice to have that, isn't it? So I'm gonna walk past this puddle, actually. You got your litter bins here, which I've discovered here. It's like going in a circle here. It feels like Abbey Gardens, but probably could do with some flowers down here, obviously. But yeah, what a good reflection of this area it really is. It's quite nice to see something different here. And I do believe, of course, they might be planting some stuff here. It could do with some weeds there, as in flowers, not the other stuff. But obviously, there must be a time of where the gate actually shuts. I don't know what the official time is. If anybody in the Royston area does know, let me know in the comments. So yeah, 41 minutes on the clock here. I don't know if you can see that at your end, probably not. But yeah, it's like the gates of Abbey Gardens here. Just look at that, and you see the beautiful church to go with it. Just about see that, can't you? And the beautiful sunset in the background here, as the wind is now getting up slightly. But yeah, there's a bus stop here on this side here. There's not a lot to see apart from housing. So it's actually called, and this is the beginning of it here, welcome to Priory Memorial Gardens. Hence, of course, we saw a bit of memorial stuff over there. For more information, telephone 01462 474 30, otherwise known as 000. Of course, it's got its own rules here. Gardens do have their own rules. You can see there. Say no to strangers. Clean it up. And of course, recycling. And of course, I don't know what that is. Obviously, it's binge drinking or something like that. And please use a bin. And there's a map of it there. And it's the North Hertfordshire District Council there. Useful to know. So yeah, I'm going to come along this area here. I'm going to do it 15 more minutes of this area, and then I'm going to leave it at that, because there's not a lot actually to show at this time round, apart from roads going off to this direction here, and you never know where these roads lead. And you can see how busy it does get here down in this location. It feels like it's going to rain in a minute, but yeah, you can't see any droplets of rain, but of course it feels like it's going to do that any moment now. So yeah, hence of course finishing off what I am doing today. But this is Touring With Us live in the first ever place of Royston that we've done for a live, and of course it's the first visit for me, and of course to be not knowledgeable or partly knowledgeable on the first day is amazing. Lovely dog there. Obviously it's a dog walking area, which is quite nice. See the beautiful sunset. Of course it's just amazing to see. Obviously a lot of lorries travelling all over the place, getting on with their lives, which is what we want to do in this world right now. But, you know, we do not need to get into conflict. But yeah, lovely looking around about there. I've got to admire that. It's amazing to look at those flowers. I'm not going to go over into that side because it would be quite weird to actually film on that and cross over the road, because cars will wonder what I'm doing. But yeah, these look like electric kind of internet sort of cables there, where of course internet, of course people will be using if the internet does go wrong. So yeah, what is Julian saying? So going to leave you now. Take care. Great stuff. Spoons Manor House. Well, you probably guessed that, Max, when of course I would say I was asking you not to guess, because I actually gave it away anyway. So yeah, by the time you guessed, you probably knew the answer, Max. So yeah, anyway, I just missed the comment out there. Melbourne Street, because we are probably not far from the actual village of Melbourne. One day I'd like to try Melbourne one day, because you can get a train there. So yeah, 45 minutes on the clock now. Just look at these flowers as we're wandering around here. I'm doing a slow walk here. So yeah, let me know what type of stonage this is. Just imagine feeling that. Look at that feeling, you know. How long has this sort of wall been here historically? Can anyone research that? That would be helpful for me to remember next time. So this is the main street that leads probably onto the high street, even though of course I am new to the area and this is the first ever walk that I've ever done in this area. So yeah, forgive me if I've made a few sort of misjudgments, but of course hopefully next time I'll have more idea, and hopefully I'll bring Julian spoons. If you're still watching, Julian, remember we saw this church, because actually the church is under scaffolding at the moment. Shall I walk through this way? Yeah, it's another way into the area here with the gate open there. Obviously it's got its grant premise license there. What's going to happen? Okay, something about the church, I believe. But yeah, probably planning permission for something there. It's a nice looking gate there. There you go, it tells you what it's been presented by. Royston branches of the Royal Naval Association and the Royal Air Forces Association 1953. How interesting is that? So Royston probably has a lot of history, and I need to look into that a little bit further. Hopefully we'll come back in again, and if you like the tour and you want us to go back again and to check it out a little bit further, do let us know in the comments down below. And thank you for, even for 2 thumbs up. It really helps boost the channel. Oh, I never saw this whilst I was walking down here, because I haven't been down this route here. It's always amazing what you actually see. All the names of the people that passed away, which is amazing. We've got to remember them. It makes my eyes water when I look at memorials like this. Proud memory there. 1914 to 1918 there, it says on the dates there. And a soldier, because defending for Britain, I believe. All these names here. At least you know all the names here. And when, of course, this so-called, what they call, is it this flu thing? They don't tell you the names. So how odd is that? Something that doesn't make sense in this world. But, of course, what we will say is that all the names, all the people that have died, but they haven't told you on the other kind of coin, you know, this flu stuff. But I find that very, very strange, and it doesn't make sense. And all these poppies here are nice to see as well. I wonder what this was. It looks like a sort of shape of a, I would say, you know, fire that used to be here. Let me know in the comments what you think that might be. So, yeah, all these poppies here. But I can't see a donation box here, so, of course, maybe I haven't spotted it yet. But, of course, yeah, look amazing, don't they? To all those who gave their lives. There you go. There's another one on that side as well, which I'll probably check out another time. But, like I say, it's been fascinating here. Probably be here for 10 more minutes here before I will officially finish it here. And a huge thank you to everybody that has tuned in. It really, really is supportive of everybody. Another little bench here. It's a real privilege to come up here. And this is the side of the church here, covered by the trees. I can hear police sirens everywhere. And by the way, when I said the spitting rain was coming, it probably comes from the trees sometimes. That's probably where you get spitting rain. But it's literally not raining, it's just a little bit on the cold side. That's what it is. And I've got an idea where to go back to the train now. And I've literally got to go over the other side, because there is a bridge, to get to platform number 2. And platform 1 is where, of course, you will come off the train from Cambridge in that direction. And if you wanted to go to London, then of course it'll be the same platform. But you have to go onto the bridge to get to the other side, to get to platform 2. Yeah, platform 2 to get to Cambridge. This is another stop here where the bus will stop, and this is how frequent they are here. And they don't run on a Sunday. Public holidays, they don't, of course, well, it says public holidays, buses generally run on the Sunday timetables, which of course there's no service, so that doesn't really make any sense. So it's quite confusing. But this timetable has only been updated here in 2021, so it hasn't been actually updated. So if the council are watching this now, it probably needs an update if there's anything to update. Richmond's coaches there, which you probably saw earlier on this live as well. So yeah, that's the times, different sort of times, and the last one being, of course, 1743. Of course, yeah, you might be able to get to the train station there in time, but I'll probably be able to walk there, so I should be fine. I just probably have to have a kind of like gloves, because I've got my gloves with me to keep my hands warm. But this is the main church here, as I said, John the Baptist Church, which of course went up on fire quite a few years back, and they probably need a lot of money to restore the church. And yeah, I would like to show this live to them regarding this church and promoting it here, because I believe they are still wanting people to donate to the church. If I'm wrong by that, then I am hopefully excused for that. But of course it is Nick Coffey here. Look at the clock here, looks fantastic, very historic here. So can God let us actually have this church back? Oh, sorry about the wobbling here. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I say, I just wanted to show you the clock there. But you know, if anybody is watching from the Royston Church here, the John the Baptist in Royston, then of course let us know if, of course, they do need a lot of money to raise to get that church restored. And I pray to God on that. I really, really do. And I hope they sort it out. Because I heard a lot about it on the news here. And, of course, it's got its fame on that. But, yeah, for anyone that knows about that, let me know in the comments, even if you're watching it on replay. I don't know if people can comment after the live, but, of course, do let me know on Touring With Us on Facebook. Like our page. And, of course, you can follow us on Twitter and subscribe to us on the Touring With Us channel if you haven't done already. Nice to have joined you on your walk. Looks a nice place. It absolutely does. And guess where that place is, Max? Over there. Guess where it is? I'll be heading to that very soon. With a bit of spoons with it as well, as it's getting a little bit dark. But of course I'll be crossing over to that side in just a little bit, but we'll probably leave you with the footage live here. There you go, that's the sign here. Oh, the services, by the way, I thought I'd give that a mention. I said Eucharist with a sermon is 8 a.m. when it's fully restored, I believe, because it's probably not open at the moment. The normal services would be about 10 a.m. I've got to shout here because, of course, yeah, undercover policeman there, I'm sure it was. But yeah, did anyone see that? It went so fast. But yeah, 10 a.m. the normal services would be Parish Eucharist there, and evening service 6:30 p.m. And of course the clergy would be Heidi Huntley, and the curate would be Reverend John Fiddler. Parish office, of course, the number is 246 371. So there you have it. And you see it for yourself there, clearly. That's, of course, if it is running smoothly, because I'm not actually certain with that. So, yeah. Most churches are kind of like creepy to go around because, you know, not only some churches are in the middle of nowhere, and it can be like, you know, very creepy and quite spooky, to say the least. But there you go. So far, what I've seen of Royston, I have to say this before I go, that most people seem very, very friendly, and there's not seemed to be one person that looks down at you in a rude way. But saying that, of course, they do look down on you on every place that you go, but of course not to the extreme is what I've actually found here. So I have to just remind people of that. Surely people can work it out now where this is what it is actually. Looks like it's still got Christmas lights up there, and you've got a USA Chicken right next to it here. So I'm actually going to head through here and look out for the video of that. That will be separate of inside of the Manor House Free House spoons. So yeah, useful to know that you can have a look at mobile laptops, gaming console repairs. So yeah, gaming console repairs and mobile and laptops, that kind of thing. It's quite nice to know. So Hertfordshire is a lovely place to come. I thought it was Cambridgeshire, but if you want to check on the map to be absolutely sure, I'm sure it is a bit of Cambridgeshire, but it's actually not too far from Cambridge. That's why I thought it was Cambridgeshire, but it's not. Apparently not. So yeah, I'll press the button here. I will wash my hands later. So yeah, we're just checking out just outside the spoons here. Still got to wait for traffic here down in this direction here. Well, we should be finishing shortly anyway. Obviously, you've got your outside seating area. So the cars will stop here. So yeah, let me just walk around here out of the way of people. It looks quite bright on the screen now, just for a little second. Yeah, you can see where outside seating would have been here, down in this direction here, especially in shutdown mode when it was over the 2 years ago. But yeah, of course, as I switch around, you see the baskets here of the spoons, the manor house. Absolutely brilliant here. I'm going to have a bite to eat in it because I'm so desperate for that here. Live and exclusive. Thank you very much. Don't forget, of course, hit those thumbs up if you haven't already for touring with us live here. We do have guidance on our walks, but they don't get seen very often. But like I say, if you haven't already subscribed to us, make sure you do. Of course, it has been Nick Coffey here for this brilliant walk here on a solo note. Of course, that's who I show only from time to time. Take care for now as well. Max Jennings watching from Parish today. Hope Parish hasn't been too cold over there. Apparently it's been windy according to one of our moderators, Nicole, but I don't know how true that is. Has it been windy in Parish? Do let me know. Maybe you'll let me know later on. But of course, yeah, over here it's just been cold on my hands. Not necessarily windy, okay? Thank you so much. Always give you bonus footages here, and it feels like I'm actually going to go on forever, but I can't do that because it might get a little bit dark. But yeah, I do know the way around here already, which is quite extraordinary, really. But I'm going to have a bite to eat in here, but I do hope to be able to film a little bit of it for the first time, because I've never literally been in here, never walked in my life in here. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful place, quite calm in here in Bury. So I don't know what Nicole is, worrying about really, or, anyone that moans about the wind. It's not as bad. Maybe they just want to stay in the warm. Maybe that. I'll give it that for her, because, she's done a lot of great things. She did give me a 99p cup of coffee. But if anyone wants to ever do that, if you think it's worthwhile me deserving one, then feel free to, of course, order one on the app from wherever you are, because you can do that. She done that, and I want to thank her for doing that. And of course, I've got proof on the Touring With Us page with the cup of tea in front of me. That was at the Drab and Smock, by the way, in Haverhill. So she ordered it from Berris and Edmonds for 99p. And make sure you do it before, of course, the price goes up. Probably go to £1.20 or maybe more than that. I don't know, because of course the oil is going up or something like that, or tax or something like that. But it usually goes up every time. So yeah, but even if things go up £1, depending on what goes up for £1, it's definitely worth it. If you're going to stay in a B&B, for example, if it's £22 a night and they put £1 on extra, that's not too bad, I have to say, on that particular night, if you stay in any B&B. But I'll leave it on that. I'm going to leave you with the beautiful view here as I pan around from this end here, facing away from the Manor House Wetherspoons and looking at the beautiful John the Baptist Church of Royston. And as I swing around, you know what building I'm going to enter. Somebody's left their bikes here. You have to be very careful leaving bikes around anywhere. But, of course, they are taking their chance. I don't blame them. You've got to take chances in life and take risks. And we have to learn to accept them, as Paul McKenna, the leading hypnosis, once actually said. So you look at the Paul McKenna. There you go. Great stuff. We'll leave you with that picture here from myself, Nick Coffey, and Touring With Us. On behalf of that, have yourself a lovely evening, and we'll hopefully see you next time. Right, I'm not going to go further now.